T-sided, they 12-3'd Fnatic and closed the game with the pistol and conversion. So, yeah, they're pretty damn good at this half.
Nice. I expected the CT side, but not the case. So, Spirit, let's see what you've got. Ooh, Geo gets Chopper while he's flashbanged, actually from one of his teammates' hands. I think it was Idis Balance tossed in the flash. That's actually going to hurt them more than help, but now they're going to be rummaging their way down on B via ramps.
Oh, no.
Has got to get that kill. He had Idis Balance dead to right, so now Idis Balance is going to take that Glock and try and push in towards main. He's drawing out so many of the CTs here. Meanwhile, the rest of his teammates are coming in. He's picked up a second kill. What a mistake that's going to end up being from Speedak.
Yeah, and that's huge because this was all a fake, Vince. This is all a ruse. They faked the lower play by dropping someone in the vents who did die. They go ramp, they go secret, and then they all just retreat and go back up to the top site. It was so dependent on Speed at getting that kill. If he does, then A site wouldn't have been empty. It wouldn't have been left open, and Spirit wouldn't have been able to just drop in from heaven for free. So, yeah, damn, that really is a rough way to lose a pistol, especially after taking the advantage early on. But Spirit, I like the misdirection. They make Nemiga think it's B. They go A. It's a nuke classic, and they're going to take the pistol round. Lots of rifles in the second, wanting to keep things clean.
Yeah, all the rifles. Don't want to take any chances. Perching up outside, waiting for the push. They're going to trade weapons for Idis Balance to take the Galil and go in first. The expendable weapon to draw away fire while the AK comes in, but Speedak seen that from a mile away and able to land a headshot though. So no outright kill. But it is at least going to put Chopper on his back foot. And of course, he was one of the main players on Dust 2 that really took over the map.
Yeah, players to look out for are going to be, questions, I think, in this game as well. Because we had, players with massive performances in the first map drop off in the second and vice versa. Box ending last game with 2 kills, despite being the linchpin of Mirage. Need more from him here and now. Spirit moving outside. They got the late smokes coming down. These are wider ones towards the main side. This allows them to move towards Secret with that bomb. But notice there are still 2 in lobby. So actually, they're not dropping Secret. They're going to come in through main and attack this top site.
Speedak continuing to make Spirit wins collectively. Now box up closest, drop the bomb. AK trading hands. Does have Kevlar behind that. Alarm bells ring for Spirit. That early safety net has now been cut drastically short. Box still abiding time, still wasting time on Spirit, and they need to make a move outside on the site. There's still one player in A main. You can see the importance of Box's kill. It's just messed everything up from Spirit. All their timing pushes, all their timing plays have come crashing down. With 10 seconds to go, Mir on 30 HP can do very little to clutch this round. He may just want to hold on to this AK-47. If he peeks after time, it would be a disaster. Oh my God, he nearly ended up dying and paying for it, and he may get finished. He doesn't. That was so risky. But Nemiga have done it. They actually win the round.
Yeah, and like you said, it's all off of that close kill from Box. Not only is it the kill, but it's the bomb dropping. And then to make matters worse, because he's killed a player right next to him, he's got an AK, and he just hides. He doesn't repeat. He doesn't give them a kill back. He just is stuck behind the box. In a full rifle round, you usually wallbang that with an AWP or throw all these grenades. The Spirit didn't have either of those as options, so what can they even do there? They try and get outdoor. There's a crossfire from Hut and Main and Spirit. They moved the wrong way. It was a 50-50. And they lose it. And so Nemiga now in control of the economy. We've just seen this has happened all day long, Vince. And I imagine, we're going to see a lot of this here in the CIS region. That's fine. These force buy wins, pretty common. But it's insane how many times today it's happened. I feel like we've had we've gone for every map so far. So we've had a lot of pistols. What's that, 12 pistols? And I feel like we've had maybe 2 conversions in those 12 pistol rounds. Well, I guess 11, because we haven't done the second of this map, but yeah.
You're pretty spot on. It feels like a very high percentage, and it was the same in the group stage as well, Hugo. I mean, this happened all the time. It's very entertaining, very scrappy, though, and very difficult to predict what was going to happen next, which really is CIS CS in a nutshell, let's be honest. Spirit's still not out of this one either. Have an AK picked up now, and Magic's going to be using that up against his adversaries, but they have no grenades, and every player is pretty weak. So It's possible, just highly improbable, but they're going to be moving together downstairs. A bomb plant at least does give them some options going forwards, but now the CT's moving in. MDS in a prime position to fend off this push, and also interference play coming in from ramp, and it works a charm. Some Die Young does get one, and that is 2 in total, but in terms of his options going forward, they're pretty slim. Down he goes. 2-1. Nemiga waking up after a barrage, a devastating Dust 2 performance.
Exactly what we wanted to see on the CT side as well, right? After winning Knife, you always get the favored side. Whether that be CT or not on certain maps, pretty much everyone picks CT just to get it over and done with anyway. But Spirit, full eco now. They're going to have to wait till the next round before they can get back into play. It's P250s and Glocks here. Grenade outside doing good damage. One flash on Magic's going to go over the top. They drop round and they're trying to wrap the hell side. Box denies it. Again on the box. With one. They're dropping into main. He's found the bomb. This is getting worse and worse by the second for Spirit. To be expected though, right? Like, they're not going to win this round with Glocks, but not even a kill either. Woo! Clean as can be. Nemiga with 3.
Yeah, exactly. You had Glocks and 1 P250 and a flashbang. That was it. So they were never really in with a hope. Just if they could get a kill or 2, that would have been nice. A bomb plant, even better. Doesn't end up happening. As a result of that, Spirit will not have an AWP. They are lacking an AWP for Idis balance, but so in Nemiga. It's pretty much a stalemate in terms of firepower. Some AKs on the side of the CTs, they have way more grenades, and it's another HE high ordnance that lands on Idis balance. Tanks him down to 58. Squeaky is being contested. Another nade lands. $600 well spent collectively from those 2 HEs.
It's not going to deter Spirit from executing in the yard, though. They won't commit behind it, however. Only one man moving through this position. It's Chopper. Notice SpeedX position in secret, though, of course, ready for this. The Molotov, he's either got to go forward or back. Oh, he's going to go forward with the flash. That's such a great play from SpeedX. He even burns to a crisp as well, maybe expecting a little bit more than one and didn't want to fully overcommit. But he gets a kill, and he gets the info, firstly, that there's no more outside play. So Nemiga aren't going to rotate lower. They're not going to move away from this heavy A-side setup. And now Ramp has been spotted. MDS going to drop off. And with that flashbang landing perfectly, he will fall off. Box getting a kill from Hell. And the bomb dropped. I love this from Nemiga. They clearly know what they're doing in terms of, when to rotate and who to take fights. Because they're not overcommitting to these positions. But B is held. Box denies the Hell play, and 1 by 1, Spirit can't really get any real estate without it coming at a cost. Oh, how's this happen?
He snuck downstairs, and some Die Young should have the drop onto minimum of MDS, who turns around and, of course, drills him. So scrap everything we're about to say. That cost that you highlighted before has now taken a turn sharply upwards. And in doing so, will be a 4-1 lead with Spirit onto another eco. So,
yikes!
It's kind of everything that I expected about Nuke has been turned on its head, Hugo. Again, why do I even predict things?
Yeah, I feel like, the thing you have to remember when we're in these positions, Vince, at 4-1, is that, it's a full 30-round game. And at the end of the day, momentum is good to start the map, but the better team often comes out ahead. So we've only had a couple of rifle rounds for Spirit, and a lot of that is, especially on a map like this, where there's so many ways that the CTs can set up. Like they can play, they don't have to play for certain positions, or they can stack positions on certain rounds. Spirit are trying to get a feel as to how Nemiga like to play and what they like to do. What are their protocols? Where do they rotate? And so I feel like when you have a team like this, who are 4-1 down, Spirit are learning with every round. They're picking up a new bit of information. They're building this map that is the CT defense in their brain, and eventually that will pay off, you'd think.
Yeah, that's the thing. They have to do something with that information. The lack of bomb plants is somewhat worrying to me. The fact that out of the last 4 rounds, collectively only 5 players have fallen is worrying to me. But as you say, it's still early days, and Spirit can turn the tides of what has been a fairly one-sided opening, one round being the pistol, of course, and then instantly being wrecked by Box. with his 5-7. 35 seconds. Spirit have used their utility. They have got to now pressure and press onto the site. Lollipop, perfect angle with 1, 2, and could be a third, but now the remainder of his teammates should be coming in to clean this up, and it's a bit scrappier than maybe it should have been, but they still get it done with 3 players to go.
Yeah, that's nice and clean. It's a lock-in for Nemiga and another A-side defense. Spirit, now this is it. This is the test. Because while we talk about, 4-1, it's not that bad. 5-1, it's not that bad. But if Nemiga win this round, they're going to go 7-1 up with an anti-eco to follow. So, yeah, this is a crucial rifle round for Spirit now. Better late than never. But not too late, because then it will be never. Nades towards the door and execute upon the A side, but no one pushing through, trying to rid Nemiga of utility early. They still look like they want to commit, but they're going in late with a flash from Mir on the rafters. There it is, popping, and still no one pushing. Spirit, I'm interested as to what the idea is here, hoping maybe there's an aggressive reaction outside, but with no one even being seen for Nemiga in this round, why would they push?
Yeah, and if the idea was to try and draw out as much utility as possible, you look at Nemiga and they still have 3 incendiaries. They still have 2 smokes and plenty of flashbangs. So now they're going to look to start to make movements outside, maybe hoping that an over-rotation from outside towards A would be forthcoming. Good flashbang onto Speedak, but there's no follow-up, so he can get the freebie onto Mia. And with that information being so crucial, now they get a good idea what's coming up next.
No.
Chopper somehow doesn't kill Box. He's still alive. He's still an A main.
He's still in the same position. He's just gone right back. There's no way Chopper knows that. He's seen Geo. That's only going to confirm his suspicions. But instead, it's a different player. Spirit are on B, and that is known. MDS has come down on rotation. Spirit are going to try and get out with a smoke, though. MDS swaps positions. That's really smart. He gets aggressive, but he's only going to get 1. Good damage to the second. The pistol on Speedak. We've seen him whiff before. He can't afford it again, so he goes back to the primary to close the kill. And Idis Balance, who was tagged up earlier, is going to get finished off in B as well. Nemiga, nice little retake. They deal with those top side players. They don't fall for it. And yeah, that's just another defuse coming through. And I say another defuse, like the first defuse coming through, the first bomb plant coming through. So yeah, Nemiga 6-1 up and a T timeout for Spirit. Pressure's on.
That was my main concern, Hugo, that they hadn't got a plan up until this point. And again, it's a retake this time around, but again, only 1 casualty. So, I mean, you look at the overall kill tally on the side of Spirit, we're moving into the 8th round. Overall, they have 13 kills. So they're not even averaging 2 per round at this stage, which is pretty scary when you factor in that you look at the economy of Nemiga, even with everyone buying up, the only thing they could really add at this point are sidearms. Everybody is over $6,000 and Box is nearly on 12K. So their economy is in such good shape. Spirit now, though, will have another buy, trying to bring down that economy somewhat and make it more manageable to crack and devour some more rounds on Spirit, because right now 6-1 is going to start to get very scary for them. They're moving outside again as well. This hasn't worked for them, but Box is in a bit of an awkward position and he's been swept aside.
That's a huge kill. They're going to collapse on A off the back of it. I like this fast reaction from Spirit, right? Just push and commit and trade. But wow, what a defense. Lollipop. Oh my God, he is just destroying from the back of the site. And up the vent goes MDS to close the round for Nemiga. This is not what I was expecting. Spirit, that looked perfect, man. They get the A pick. They get ready to split. They have 2 hot, 1 door, 2 main. They're coming in together. And Lollipop just pivots to the back of the site, kill after kill after kill. I don't know how Nemiga get out of that without losing any fights after the first. I really don't. But excellent work, and it's once again Broken Spirit's money.
Where was this Nemiga on Dust 2? Where was this Box on Dust 2? 7-4 with 116 ADR. Seems like he has emerged. Maybe Dust 2 just isn't his map. It does happen. Chopper wrecked on the cross from that man. Box spraying up, and Lollipop, who got a ton of kills from this position, is going to get 3 more. Make it 4. Make it 8-1.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll definitely do. Lollipop, back-to-back rounds, just absolutely mowing down men on this site. And Spirit, I mean, you know, obviously a lot of options left, a lot of things that they can do, and you know, it's never a problem on Nuke not having the ideas. It's like, what's going to work at this point? And you know, with how different every round has been, with how different the setups have been from Nemiga, Spirit don't really know what to do. Or sorry, don't know what will work here. I don't know what will work either, right? Like, you know, Nemiga had an answer for everything. Their B rotates have been excellent. The AWPing's been good from Speedak and outside. You know, Lollipop's holding A. What's open? Box has been dropping ramp every time they come there and not overcommitting to his fight, or MDS, whoever plays it. So, yeah, Nemiga keeping it up, and Spirit just trying to get on the board.
It makes grim reading as well when you consider that Spirit have Sundai Young, who has literally 8 ADR. And we're moving into round 10. Like, that's just obviously got to change. Maybe it will. Coming through into the 10th round. Spirit looking for a set play outside. Execute on a bunch of smokes. Last smoke has now been put into position. Going to be trying to take outside control as a result of that, but the CTs may feel like they need to push into Squeaky and get some control of their own. That's what they're going for. Box and Geo going in, Box dropping down into Secret, going to try and fend off the push with an incendiary, which isn't coming up anyway. The T's haven't fully bit on this. They're actually hiding more in Garage. They're keeping their options open.
Ooh. Jump across, and the AWP firing off shots. They're getting closer, but the second Speedak, smart decision. He's going to fall back. He's going to play the spawn. A rough spot. You're very much on your own on an island, playing for yourself, but you can pass info on the heaven flank, and also you can just stay alive if that's what you desire. Sundai Young. Oh my, he's got Geo. He's not going to take the kill, though. Maybe he should. A quick drop and a shot to the head. That's a nice frag, and it's going to open things up a lot more for Spirit now in a 5-on-3. Lollipop is dead, and that means the A-site anchor that has been doing all the work is no longer a threat. Spirit attempted into the A site. Speedak with a shot from the spawn. He will get traded, and that's excellent for Spirit. Trades here are a must, and with them comes the round. Box stuck in the vent. The Molotov comes in. He gets a kill, but regardless, this round is lost. There's 10 seconds left. Miz hunting a frag, and hungry hippos. He's going to take a bite down on B. Spirit up to 2.
I do feel bad for MDS there. He had a decent position perched at the back of the A site, but as soon as Speedak died and the information came through that there was a player, I think it may have been Mia, in hell, he knew that he was about to get flanked from above, so moved out to lower the angle from heaven, and in doing so just walked out into the AK spray from main. Unfortunate, but a well-worked round from Spirit. That's more like it. That's more like what we're expecting to see. And they'll need to do much more of that if they're going to get themselves back into this half and really start to threaten Nemiga, who are straight back in with another buy. And even after this buy, they have, other than MDS, who's on 3.7k, everyone else is pretty well off. Everyone else is pretty wealthy. I mean, Lollipop's still over $10,000. So Spirit really have their work cut out for them. Looks like they're going to go for another outside-centered hit and line up those smokes. It's going to be tossed in a few moments' time.
Over they go. And hidden is Box. And this is what I talk about when we say, like, how much you can switch up your defense, right? Like, we've had no outside control, we've had Speedak and Secret, we've had, well, now Box is playing a one-way smoke. Mir knows it, though. Yeah, people aren't falling for that anymore. When you see a smoke in that position, you know that someone's playing it. And yeah, we've been seeing that get more and more common. There are two ways to play that one way. You can do what Box just did, stand on top of the railing, or you can throw another one that lands on the railing area, and you can stand on the stairs and peek below it. So it still is a gamble for Mir to swing that, because he actually can't see Box. He doesn't know where he is until Box shoots. So I guess he saw the muzzle flash and took the kill. But yeah, always a scary one, that one way. Spirit now going to flash outside, go deep. Speedak does have the AWP, but he is nowhere to be seen, sitting on top of the A site with Lollipop.
Lollipop again, they line up for each other, and there's a lot of damage that's actually inflicted as a result. Now Speedak and Geo both coming with kills. Speedak is flicking left and right. Flash up and over, 8 seconds to play with. Idis Balance has got to get on the site right now and get some kills. They nearly gave him a collateral, which would have been insane, but instead Nemiga hold on at the cost of 4 lives.
Oh, there's a world, there is a universe out there, a million light years away, where they just got collatted on the A site. Like, that's very scary. But it's not a worry for Nemiga, who can just continue to build into this game. 9 rounds, Spirit take their second, and they instantly get reset. It's not a problem they can buy here, but it means that, well, firstly, they're not going to continue to build, but also if they lose this round, they're instantly broken again. So it's not smooth sailing by any means. Joe, he's going to try and get into the vent. He can't find it, or at least opts against it. But now Nemiga are going to have to adjust the setup, because in this world, Spirit could be B. They could be down vent, and Nemiga don't know that they're not. But now they know that they're ramp. Fast play. Speedek hits a shot. Can't fall back in time. He was out of position, and Mir will take him down.
Indeed, out of position. I think he felt as if he had to stand his ground, or he'd just get overwhelmed and swarmed, knowing that no one was on the L-bend to help him out where Box currently resides. Now, I do like that Spirit, having got that kill, have now backed away. However, does Box see down towards ramp? No, he's playing the tight angle instead. So now MDS comes up for that information, and this leaves the A site that little bit more vulnerable. Lollipop's there behind the vents. He's typically been playing behind the site, so that could be a position that catches him off guard. Geo at the top of the hut, and a perfect read from Nemiga for the time being as Box comes in and tosses a smoke down. Now looking outside, can see nothing. But Spirit, their position suggests that we're going to see an A hit, or the very least a vent dive. Now the smoke's clearing on Squeaky, and Idis Balance wants to go in. They need to push in. There's 25 seconds to go. They can't afford to take too much more time.
They're waiting on Sunday Young. They want him to get the wrap and play, but they can't wait forever, and he's being held regardless. Box has got him, and now the push has come, but they've lost the wrap, they've lost the flank, and Nemiga know exactly what's going on. They're full stacked on the A site, and they're going to deal with it well. Yeah, just not falling for anything. That was clear as day for Nemiga the entire time, especially as the clock ticks, and especially on a map like Nuke, where it's not easy to get into a bomb site. If there's like 20 seconds on the clock, and you haven't seen everything, or anything rather, and you own all of the map, you know it's an A hit. Like, if you're in the Nemiga, you just know it's an A hit, because they couldn't be B. You have ramp, you had view outside, and yeah, they can only be doing what they're doing. So yeah, kind of unfortunately one-dimensional for Spirit because of the clock. But yeah, Sunday Young getting spotted and checked on that flank. He's 2 and 11 right now. I wouldn't even say it's like him performing badly. It's just Nemiga performing excellently. This CT side is really piecing things together.
Such a turnaround from famine to feast, and very much vice versa for Spirit. If you missed the previous map, it was a bloodbath. Nemiga got destroyed, and here they sit 10-2 on their CT side. Sunday Young, rest of the troops pushing in. That grenade is money in the bank as far as Nemiga are concerned. It wrecks 4 players, and they're able to dip out of there as well. They don't get overwhelmed on ramp.
Chopper sneaking late to join the crew, but MDS is waiting right below. He's got a bit of a gap in the smoke, so if they drop, he's going to have... he's pushing forward. There's 5 players here. Got to be careful, buddy. Oh, yeah, not getting out of there alive. That push was not the play. Box will get away with 2, but these are guns gifted over to Spirit as they get the trades.
Gifted over and in positions where they could maybe strike on Geo, and they have. Double stacking on the double doors. So Nemiga, from a round that looked like it would be fairly comfortable, a half buy ultimately, is now very much on the table. 45 seconds to play with. Spirit now making moves back towards the secret side to maybe occupy outside, go into A main. Instead, they decide better of that. Thinking about decon and potentially wrapping back to B.
Yeah, I thought they were going to go vent. And luckily they didn't.
Oh no. There is a CT player coming down control room stairs, though, and the doors are open. The doors are completely open. Does he get peeked? No. He just... more time. I thought he'd get the bomb planted at least. And now that absolutely wrecks Sunday Young. He's had a rough game. Oh, that spray's even more rough to watch.
We've all been there. We have all been there. But that's not even just like the whiff. It's also Lollipop hitting the headshot on the ladder. Like, fully inaccurate, fully RNG, fully tilted. 11-2. How on earth have Spirit just lost that round? I mean, you know, this is where you can't take it away from Nemiga. They are coming up with such smart, you know, mid-round activities, and that's a great way to start it as well. Box wall-banging Vent and killing Young. He's 3-13. He's probably mad frustrated. I would be the same. That last round, it ended the way it did. Now he has to sit back, relax. Well, not relax, but watch this entire round transpire without having any impact into it.
Well, credit where it's due as well. Box has gone from 0 to hero.
Yeah.
Nemiga, 13 kills, but 5 assists. Doing great work. So many impactful frags at that. Now he's perched up on top of the boxes, as his namesake would suggest, in ramp. While the rest of his team are trying to filter across the map. It's going to be secret push on Spirit. They did catch a glimpse of MDS, who throws down the Molotov to delight the double door push. Looking for info as well as Geo in the meanwhile, and he's going to find a lot of it.
Yeah, lobby cleared out here by Nemiga, and now they're going to rotate fast ramp to B. So, yeah, MDS, he actually shuts the doors, so shout out to him. Doesn't let Spirit into this site. Maybe they should learn a trick or two. SpeedX running around secret with his pistol out, so he kind of gets what, you know, he deserves, and MDS trades onto the door player. Many more CTs in this site. There's no questions being asked. Nemiga are convinced, and for good reason. Everyone is here, and now no one is here but Mia in a 1-on-3 with a bomb in the open, players surrounding him. They'll give him the package, but he can't go anywhere but the floor. It's going to be MDS closing it with 3. Really good play on the lower site. You know, he goes to that jump spot, the safe jump spot behind the door. He sees the bomb, he sees 3, calls rotate, drops molly, and just frags out on the B-bomb site, taking his time in between each engagement. And yeah, you talk about Box, he's looked excellent, but honestly, I think what's important to note is no one looks bad for Nemiga. Every map we've had, you know, in this series has been like one player for either team just looks abysmal, like useless. And that was Box in the last game. But now, not only is he carrying this team, but everyone is fragging. The kill distribution is tight, and Spirit, they are so far in the back line, so far behind. Trade outside, and Spirit are wrapping. They have great control in this round, but it's swiftly removed by the AWP Speedak, and it's just, yeah, this is a 13-2 written all over it, unless Spirit have something insane to show us.
Yeah, the interesting point is they were quite literally in the back line. They were towards the CT spawn, and now some Young is moving through ramp. So they have good positions. They have the ability to maybe funnel their way into a couple of kills and transition into a round, but they have got found and put down. Chopper and Idis balance, 2 big parts of the puzzle. Go out, speed, act the timing, not on this side. And now they can try and convert these positions into a much-needed 3rd round.
So the question is, where do you gamble? What site do you play? They've got MDS in secret. He's been really good here, so it's safe to say that he could run this site solo. Geo in main. He can also spot outside, and Lollipop clearing lobby. The only worry is Heaven, and of course outside, where Young finds a kill. Geo was distracted by the footsteps of his teammates running secret, and now off that kill, they're going to go back towards A. Lollipop spotted. If he gets a kill here and backs up, he can set himself up for this clutch with his teammate, but he's fighting tooth and nail and gets triple peaked. MDS up the vent. He's done this one before. They've been ready for him in B. They should be ready for him now.
Oh, I thought he was going to get that kill, Hugo, and then anything was possible because a couple of weakened players, but 12-3, still a sublime half for Nemiga, and what a turnaround.
Yeah, Young, that round's on him, right? He has had an awful half, but he gets not only 3 kills in the round, but also all the control outside. He doesn't wrap Heaven, as he's been countered there before, but he hangs around in Hell and then comes back to main, getting that kill on the door player or on the main player rather of Geo, and making his team turn around to go to A, wins them the round. If they go B, it would have been a different round. And MDS has been really good at taking kills and falling back in between each engagement on lower, as well as the fact that Nemiga would have had B, Spirit would have had B, but Nemiga would have had 2 vent rotations. So yeah, it's a really good call. And it's Young finding that kill that makes the call happen. So they win in 3-on-4, they salvage a round, but Vince, I want to be realistic here, buddy. It's 12-3.
Absolutely. That is the caveat amongst anything that we can say about Spirit, how they've played throughout this best of 3, how they did in Dust 2. They are absolutely unequivocally against the ropes, and they're not going to be eliminated. It's important to mention this is the winners match, but still, this is a golden ticket to the next phase. and to get yourself a bunch of very important points that head you towards the major. So they want to get this win, and if they're going to pick it up, it's going to have to be a near enough flawless CT side, which has to start with this pistol.
Yeah, I guess that's the biggest bit of pressure as well. The pistol, the RNG round, the one that no one can guarantee. You know, people always talk about like removing pistol rounds from the game. I don't know what your take on it is. Just while we have this pause, I'd love to hear if you have any strong opinions or not on the matter.
Honestly, I think we're quite quick to complain about things. Counter-Strike is a phenomenal game, and it's got to this point for a reason. I actually have no issue with pistol rounds at all.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I fully agree. I'm glad you say that, because I feel like a lot of people have, like, you know, reasonable people. I'm not just reading Reddit comments. Reasonable people are saying that, and I find that quite surprising. As random as the pistol rounds can be, like, I don't know, they're also some of the most exciting rounds in the game, and they always set us up for a match well. But yeah, I can understand the frustration of playing at the top level and like knowing how good you are and then just getting like two-tapped by a USP. Not fun. But yeah, cookie crumbles that way. And Spirit, they can't afford to cut a crumble. Only 3 rounds in this entire map here into the second half. MDS pressuring ramp. We've got a lot of players running silo to main. They're dropping onto Mia, overwhelming him, but he is not overwhelmed. He's got a double. Surely they can get a trade eventually, but now Idisbalance has come out to help. And one by one, this table has turned. It's Nemiga in a 2-on-4 with no bomb.
Well, we said it has to start with a pistol, and they have delivered on that promise so far, Spirit. MDS needs to, at the bare minimum, take down this first kill in towards Huts, which has now been vacated from the CTs. They're playing their angles a little bit more passively. Doesn't have the bomb, of course, and doesn't have any life left. So Spirit do pick up the second pistol. They got the first. It's a pretty depressing statistic to say that Spirit have both pistols and still trail 12-4, but that's the life that we live right now. That's the world we're in.
Yeah, not even conversions on the first pistol either, right? Like they win 1, then they lose like 9 in a row, 8 in a row rather. So yeah, hoping for the conversion. I'd like to think they could win this one because Nemiga are on a full eco with Glocks and P2s. So this is the perfect time for Spirit to get into this game. Got an outside wrap again, much like the pistol was. It will continue. They even get players in secret with the bomb. That gets spotted, but Mir, he checks the corner. He hears that reload, and he is ready for it. Second kill from him. Chopper needs to go B. Yeah, this information hasn't been divulged. A plant comes through. That should not be happening. Chopper clearly wasn't given that information, as he takes way too long to rotate. And suddenly, this goes from a Glock round to a really good round for Nemiga. They lose everything, every fight, but they get $800 bonus, and that's really all they could have hoped for.
Exactly. This was their mission, and they have accomplished it. If Box could maybe get a kill as well, that would be even better, but it's not going to happen. They don't care. As you say, bomb plant, that was all they wanted. They invested pretty much nothing. That is a big oversight on Spirit's part, and it's going to be felt in this round. Now the buy is going to be that much better for Nemiga.
Yeah, it's also a bit of misdirection, which was really nice. The fact is, outside, is they threw like 3 players from top silo to main really fast, jumping on the hell wrap. So not only is the main player looking at that, but the outside player is looking at that. And so, you know, Nemiga were just able to run dry, no smokes outside, down to secret for free because the outside players were distracted. So that's a nice way of like getting the attention, like sacrificing some of your players for the greater good. And well, great round. That's a good shot. It's going to be Idisbalance with the scout laying down the paint.
Tread carefully. The scout at that range can be a nightmare, especially with the mobility of going back and forward on the vent. There was actually a knife at spawn as well, by the way, which is very odd on the CT side. I don't know if it's going to end up costing them anything, but Lollipop's been tanked down. Now the aggression comes through onto Lobby, catches Lollipop, and that's another weapon that can now be upgraded. So excellent start on the side of Spirit on the CT side.
It's not done yet, though. 3-on-5. Bomb still under the control of Nemiga. MDS is hiding behind main. He's got teammates in hell. They can go heaven and wrap A. That is an option. There's no one there. Not even really being watched. Mir's playing inside of A, watching the heaven walkout. Magix has ramp, and he won't let them into this area either. He has his back turned to lobby. He's so sure that he is covered by Idisbalance. The 2 kills, 4 free, MDS, and a 1-on-5. I've seen some good clutches in my time, but yeah, maybe not.
This would be the top of the list, wouldn't it? If he pulled this one off.
I think
nope.
so.
Absolutely wrecked. Now, listen, I know it's super, super early days, Hugo. And even saying come back, I know probably instills a bit of skepticism and chat, rightfully so. But we have seen a comeback already today from 14-7. This would be a bridge further, no doubt, from 12-3. But I'm just saying it has happened before.
Vince, I've bought the ticket. I'm on the bus. I'm with you all the way till the line closes. So don't worry. I believe in the comeback. If there were ever a team on a half of a certain map in an important series, it would surely be Spirit, CT-sided Nuke in the upper bracket match or the upper group match of Group A. This doesn't seem so undoable, especially not in this round with only Deagles out for the T's. Going to try and take their hand towards ramp. Chopper letting them in. Ooh. Seen them. Miz killed the one outside. Now comes the ramp push, and Chopper's just going to be able to fall back to B with the Molotov.
Nemiga getting some ground, but also losing a lot in the form of Speedak and Geo. And Almia making moves outside. Oh, why did he switch his gun, but still gets the kill? That was so scrappy. Not the cleanest of Counter-Strike. I think we can all agree, but the round is still going to go their way more than likely. MDS perforating the head of Mia with his Deagle. They do still lack control of the bomb. And they're heading towards the CT side, which is where Idis Balance is waiting with 19 HP and an M4. But Nemiga decide they're going to go elsewhere instead through Garage and try and pick up the AK that was dropped down outside. And maybe if they can take down Magix, at least force a couple of rebuys and try and catch up to the economy and Spirit further down the line. But I mean, this round, it's over. It's going to be 12-7. There's just no real hope with 15 seconds and a 1v4.
Yeah, especially when the bombs in T-spawn. That really throws the chances out the window, I would say. And yes, stuck in the smoke, going to give it a go, but he's dead as well. At least he died before the time ended. But yeah, it's not going to be much of a consolation. Oh, dearie me, Vince. It's happening. 4 in a row for Spirit. No rounds yet for Nemiga on this T side, despite an excellent first half. And it may all be forgotten. Speedax on the AWP. This is the time to shine. Got one on Idis Balance as well. He's very aggressive in the outside area on this map when he wants to be. Love watching him push red and just post up. I imagine that will come through eventually. This time it's a main fight. Lollipop going to go for it, and he wins it. The grenades actually hide the view of Idis Balance, but Lollipop spams anyway, and Idis Balance can't see him back. So an advantage away of Nemiga, and that's the first time in a while. They're going to double it. Oh, they're going to triple it. Quadruple. Let's just kill everybody. Get them out of here.
Chopper's the only player that mounts any resistance, any retaliation, but it is short-lived. And Spirit's winning streak may also follow. Nemiga, though, off to the races on their T side. It was their first in 5. It was 4 in a row up until that point on this half, and 5 if you include the last round of the previous half. But 13-7 definitely looks a lot more respectable than the 12-3 scoreline did. And if they can just bounce straight back into a victory, then Spirit's still on the right path, still on the right track to pull off something special. But there's no doubt that previous round's going to hurt them, and it was such a convincing, comfortable push as well that they're going to go in for more. Magix shuts down MDS, who is controlling the bomb. Lollipop with 1 and a second as well, looking to try and shoot through the boxes of the site, but Sundai Young is hiding in a smoke. It's going to clear sooner rather than later, and Box could see the underhanded smoke through there, and will deal with him accordingly, leaving Chopper in a 1 versus 2. They still don't have the bomb, but they've got so much time, Hugo.
They can just sit and wait and watch Heaven. It's the point of rotation he came through last round in this exact situation. So why wouldn't he do it again? They've got to be convinced. Smoke in the hut just in case he flanks ramp. But right now, feels like Nemiga know what's going on. They're just considering every possibility, every option. Make sure there's cover this time. No one's looking at Heaven, by the way. Doesn't matter. Chopper didn't peek, but Box didn't cover him. And now they're going to get the info. Now the dig comes through, and Chopper, good luck, buddy. He's not getting through. Yeah, there's a world where, you know, Lollipop could have died when he sticked the plant there. I'm thinking back to Mir running through the connector on Mirage and winning that 1-on-2. But yeah, good round nonetheless. Nemiga trading well in a disadvantage. They turn it around, and Spirit, their money is wrecked.
Just imagine the tilt, Hugo, if you actually got peeked while planting from heaven and died to that. Like, that is almost unforgivable.
Especially considering it would be the second time in the series.
They made the read, Hugo. They think A's weak. They're going to keep pushing this until Spirit make them respect this defense. 1-for-1, but opening up Squeaky, getting a lot of that utility away from Spirit is definitely a worthwhile trade if you're Nemiga.
Yeah, I actually like that as well, right? Because, you know, they trade 1-for-1. It's not that interesting, but it's you know, made Spirit adjust things in a 4-on-4. They're still scared of A. There's no way this will end A, or at least not in the short term, but they've adjusted the setup and they've made Spirit stack the site. They know other areas are weaker as a result, and Ramp is one of them. They know that Idis Banners can't come and rotate down with the Orc from hell, so yeah, they'll take that kill, dropping Chopper and moving it towards B. Notice the bomb is still on Geo in the lobby. He could get pushed and killed, but luckily no one's reacting that way, so maybe this will end A after all. He's taking it to the hut, so I think we're going to see Nemiga come back towards his top site eventually. Still 2 CTs here, and so Spirit haven't really fallen for this one, but they're going to need to get some big kills off if they want to win this round.
Beautiful crosshair placement, magic from 2, and it's going to be 3 as well, more than likely. Indeed it is. That crosshair was so crisp, so perfectly placed, and just destroyed everybody on the approach.
I don't know why they just ran out hut 1 by 1 with no util. Feels like Nemiga thought they'd already won the round, but Spirit just hadn't left A. And, you know, B was open, for example. Hell was open. They could have wrapped Heaven. Obviously, all this is info Nemiga don't have, but they don't even try and send a lurk in. They have an advantage, and they just 1 by 1 push the hut with no flashbangs. I don't know. And I had it coming to them. 14-8. And Spirit continue refusing to let go of this game.
Oh, that flash actually forces the error of the smoke, which is significant and actually blocks the vision from the Nemiga. So that's pretty much a red flag been planted down on Squeaky for the time being. It's going to stall the push. They are going to still take out side control with Giu up on top of the silos. And now Nemiga going to join him momentarily. They have gone outside already a few times and got a fair bit of success, to be fair. Going down secret, getting outside, getting up into heaven. These are all key hotspots of the map.
Cross coming through, flash high for Idis Balance, sets his teammate up, but Mir can see nothing but smoke and mirrors. Oh no, it's a slaughter, and the smokes fade as well. Idis Balance kills one, and then they get further info on the drop. Oh, MDS is going back for a fight, buddy. You don't want to do that. Mir is ready and raring to go. They're going to go back for it with the bomb in tow. Speedak with the AWP. If they leave this position, they're walking into 2 CTs holding the cross. And, well, there's the first. Idis Balance dropping the bomb, and the AWP is stuck. They may have Lollipop out into the A site, but he's yet to kill the man at the back. Oh, it's a messy spray, but he gets away. 2 in heaven. These rotates are so fast for Spirit. They are everywhere and anywhere they need to be. Another trade. Speedak going B.
10 seconds. Could be able to get the bomb planted. No, you need to move a little bit further across the left, and that's going to cost him. And it's actually going to cost the bomb plant. If he got that down straight away, he would have had enough time to fully complete it. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. 14-9. This is a 12-3 half that has somehow closed up. It's not won yet, but I would not count Spirit out at this point. They've looked very, very capable on the CT side. Chopper getting dinked, has to fall off. This is the first proper ramp to B rush. As long as that Nemiga commit with it, this could be very, very good in terms of getting a bomb plant. As long as they can overwhelm Chopper and upgrade to another rifle, that's a big kill. Chopper's still trapped. They know where he is, and he's dinked. Finished off by the AK, rather, the M4 of Mir, dropping 1 in B, and those rotations are coming through all on the vent side of things. This plant will be allowed as long as they shut that decon door.
And dink onto Mir as well, and now Lollipop lines them up with his AK double spray headshots. Overkill with the assault rifle, and, well, a Tech 9 armor rush down B. Nothing particularly special about it, but that cohesion, that iron fist catches Spirit square on the jaw. And now Idis Balance is going to have to try and take the 10 count, see if he can hold on to the AWP, but That's going to put Nemiga with 6 match points.
Yeah, that's the first full like ramp rush we've seen all game, really, especially on T side. Like a lot of A crunches that at the start were going well for Nemiga. It only incentivized them to keep going for it, but finally Spirit just continuing to stack A. And off the back of that, Nemiga are pretty confident in assuming that Spirit aren't going to run like a double ramp setup at the start of a round and put IDIS balance there with Yorb like a lot of teams do when they know they're against low money, because they're expecting that exact play. But Spirit have been so conditioned on these A plays. IDIS balance has been getting a lot of kills outside, and so Nemiga, they just rush ramp into one man, and that one man is not enough. 15-9, one more to find, and if they can do it now, it'd be better than letting Spirit continue to build.
So many flashbangs, snowstorm outside, and finally it will clear. And the sun shines bright again, but now there's smokes in their face, and Geo can't really afford to peek too much further than his current position. But once that smoke clears, IDIS balance should have him. He spots his feet underneath the smoke and pounces. So that's a great start, all things considered. Smoke out onto Squeaky. They're going to be trying to push behind this. And why not? Why not just spray through the smoke? You know there's a good likelihood that they're going to try and vent dive from this. And Lollipop's been successful, but now there's 2 CTs. They're going to be facing him in a few moments' time. He has no idea that one of them is just up to his left-hand side. Lollipop going to go down, and now Box is waiting for the push and gets 2. They run straight into him. The trap has been sprung, but the bomb is out of control, as is this round, you'd have to feel, for Nemiga.
Yeah, I mean, Box, we've been talking about him a lot, but this would be quite the clutch to close the series and take the top of the group here in Clutch Island. See what he can do. Moving through Secret, Spirit, they've got everyone here playing that package. Young is on ramp late, and so there is a temporary 1-on-2 inside of B. Time is ticking, and fast at that. 25 on the clock. Box, is he not going for this? He's already clearing vent. He doesn't have time to check these positions. He's got to focus on that plant, because he won't be able to win this round via kills. Young is separate from the action for a reason, to deny that exact fact that even if he gets both B frags, he's already lost the round. There's 10 seconds. He's too far away. So 10 for Spirit, and Box is simply just looking for a kill to make this round a little bit prettier. It's not going to come his way. I say that. It's not going to come his way.
He had a chance, but it was fleeting at best. And Spirit going to save 1 of those match points. 5 more to go. Nemiga, off the back of that save from Box and the fact that everyone else had a good enough financial situation, will be able to buy again, including an ult. Speedak hasn't had a huge amount of impact with it, but IDIS balance on the other side of things hasn't had too many chances on the CT side. Bit of a stalemate on ramp. Mollies and Smoke's going to be deployed on the CT side, and Chopper locks it down for now. Another smoke to greet them on Squeaky. However, a lot of this utility on the CT side of things has been used early, but that is a very important pick and could keep Spirit alive a bit longer.
And we were joking around at 12-3, but this is really happening. Even despite match point being taken by Nemiga, this is not a one game yet, not even close. Going to try and take the A site, try and battle their way to victory. Oh no, Magix has a grenade out. That's a quick kill. It is traded. It's not done yet. The Spirit still have a man on the site, and Young is putting up a fight, but only good for 1. And the trade is in for the York. Chopper going in fast. They weren't ready for the quick repeak, and it's left MDS alone. Chopper is just trying to bait him in to allow for Mia to cross to the lobby. He can wrap Hut. This is a big play from Mia, and MDS, oh, he's checked door. He's not seen him. He's not ready for it. He is going to look back to the Hut, but timing is everything, and he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. MDS with the read, and now he's got the one-on-one for the map, for the series, and Chopper's going to take him down. 11 rounds for Spirit. They just keep on, keeping on.
Oh, this is an awkward position for Nemiga. They may call a timeout. They have 3 players that could feasibly buy 4. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see this timeout come in. A 4th that could go for a Galil. It's really Geo who is the question mark. Do they want to go for this? I mean, you have rounds to spare. I feel like forcing here actually wouldn't be the correct decision.
Especially when, you know, not only do you have like a decent loss bonus, but also you've already won a round off of a Tech 9 ramp rush. Like, that's a perfect round to just do it again. Like, even if you get slaughtered, it's, you know, it's definitely worth the risk, because it's not like you have a lot that you can go, ah, yes, this worked. that did work. And they're going to fully buy Vince. They're going to put everything in this round. And so clearly they have a plan, as you know, they called out a pause for this. So let's see if this is worth it, because it's a big risk. And they need the reward.
The reward obviously is the win, like the match win, but the risk is very high. They lose this, it could get Spirit to like a 13th round, and at that point, who knows?
Ooh.
That spray main nearly whiffed it, nearly gave Box a second chance. It does capitalize, XM up on the hut, and considering that you've just forced in Nemiga to lose a player for free in that kind of a situation, that's exactly the antithesis of what you're hoping to achieve. Like that is not good enough.
I thought they had an idea. I thought they were going to do something, right? But like they've just bought to hold lobby and not, you know, even Box there. I'd love to see his perspective, because he just walked out silo and didn't even react to getting shot. That's a big kill from Lollipop, but it is just a kill, and it's traded swiftly as that. Spirit have been so good at like returning fire when they lose a man, especially on this A site. Mia, nice off angle. Geo walks right into it, and yeah, Nemiga forced for this? Why? There's been not one attempt at a trade in this round, not one fast idea, and they just kind of all pushed separate positions to their death. I'm actually like awestruck at like how this round has gone. I don't know why you would buy if you're going to do this.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And the economic situation after this, assuming that Speedak can't clutch, and to be fair, he has brought this down to a 2-on-1, and he does have control of the bomb. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yeah. But still, I think the decision, as you rightly pointed out, wasn't ideal. The outcome may very well be ideal, though. Speedak now making moves, and his Idis balance goes for the peak and misses the shot. He could actually pull off this 1 versus 4. Bomb plant will be successful. Now it's the CT's turn to feel the burn and feel the sting. And in comes Speedak. It was so close. He takes 4 players. Such a nice try, but it's not going to be close enough.
Yeah, like, okay, you know, I almost got Caster's Curse there, you know, saying that was a bad buy, and then they win the round. But honestly, that was such a nice attempt from Speedak. Orb, AK, doesn't matter what you give this guy, he's going to show up, but not enough for a win. Nemiga, they've had a lot of opportunities to close this game. 6 map points or match points. They are halfway through those 6 match points. They found 15 against 9. And now they have just 3 more to do it. By coming through here, Bomb Plant gives everything to Nemiga. So, you know, like, justifies the buy somewhat short, but it's not like they've played for a plant by any means. So, you know, you can't really make that argument. But the buy is here, and that's what matters. Nemiga with a chance to do the dirty once again. Double ramp setup, so Spirit finally been pulled away from these A stacks that they've been conditioned to do, and that bodes well for Nemiga if they want the A site, that is.
Yeah, absolutely. What you mean to tell me, Hugo, that they didn't play for the 1v4 post plan?
Yeah, that's
get out of here.
Yeah, not really a good contingency plan, but hey, it almost worked.
Yeah, it does afford them a great deal. The buy would have been nowhere near as good as this had some Young not have... Sorry, Speedak nearly pulled off a miracle play. Meanwhile, Spirit now have 3 more match points to save. And they are moving in the right direction. FAMAS and XM, not much utility though, has to be highlighted. 45 seconds to play with, and Nemiga now starting to make a move outside. There's not a gap in the smoke, which is going to be good news, but still, Idis balance does connect a shot into Box and blows his kneecap out.
Limping down lower on Nemiga. Question is, does it end lower? So many of these rounds haven't. So many of these rounds have been, you know, back up the stairs, and maybe they should have gone back up the stairs because they don't want to walk into Magic's. 3 with a shotgun, and that is insult to injury. Up against 12. 1 man with a dream. Box in the clutch, and frankly, it's not happening. He's being flanked. He doesn't even know. Chopper's got the kill, and Spirit have got the round. 2 more to find OT.
I'm somewhat speechless that we're actually in a position where this could very well go to overtime. 12-3, if you have just joined us, ladies and gentlemen. 12-3, Nemiga were winning. They were in cruise control. And now Spirit have dug, fought, scrapped, bitten, everything you could think of to get back into this stage. And the buy is going to be poor. So you're going to have a timeout just to figure out what they're going to do. But In terms of weapons, they do have max round loss bonus coming up, so they can afford to buy down to around the $1,200, $1,400 mark. But it's going to be pistols and a UMP. It's pretty grim reading. It looks like we're going the distance.
And then some, Vince, and then some. Overtime on the cards here in our final map of this series. And yeah, our games today, they've really gone the distance. They've really been worth their weight in gold. Lots of close ones, but this is quite the matchup. 12-3 to 29 rounds, and maybe even more. It's a fast vent dive. Oh, that's a nice one. They actually get past the Molotov and the grenades, taking minimal damage. This is a fast one that Spirit have lost to before, at least in the ramp room. Idis Balance with a quick shot. Chopper saves his teammate's life. That could have been the kill that would have won the map. Box would have had a double in the backline. Instead, it's the retake cleanup from Spirit. But you've got to wonder, if Chopper didn't get that kill, would this map have been done? Very likely.
Yeah, you spot on. I completely agree. That would have been the ramp portion of this defense would have crumbled with him, and then very difficult to deal with positions post-plant. Two players at least would have been pushed up there with likely a rifle and an AWP. So that kill from Chopper was so instrumental to securing their 14th round. And here we go, round 30. Who thought we were going to get to this mark? Certainly not I. But here we are. All credit to Spirit and Nemiga for just juking it out in the center of the ring.
Well, not credit to Nemiga in the second half, I would say.
No,
you know, like,
true.
I think Spirit is giving them credit, but only for losing. That being said, they're still at 15, and the fact that Spirit have done all this against 15, knowing at any point a couple of missed shots, a couple of bits of bad communication could have ended this game. Props to them. They've really held on, and from a 12-3 half, brought things all the way back. Spirit, though, this is it. This is what it's for. Is it worth it? We'll see. It's a fast A play. Mere spamming. They're not going to commit to A. They will go down the vent again, and this time maybe slowing things down. And the post plant lollipop naded out. Not the start Nemiga needed.
So awkward as well. You could see that he was stuck in the smoke on the vent wall and just couldn't move. So post plant now coming in 4v5. Remainder of Nemiga are by and large healthy. They have a smoke to play with as well. No incendiary, so a lot of these pesky angles like Shadow and the new box not going to be able to be contended with. And Nemiga have box in the back line, but he misses his chance. He needed a kill from that. He's weakened them up. He's given a lot of knowledge to the rest of his teammates, and now the CT's moving in one by one. Spirit, surely you haven't battled back to stumble and trip on the last hurdle. Surely you're not going to let this one run down. There's a team kill in there as well. Now Magic's 1 versus 3 has been dealt with, and it's a disaster. Spirit battled so hard.